Hello, everyone. Welcome to SoulSpace Podcast number 116.
Whoop, whoop.
Yay. And happy fall.
Yes, it's finally fall. It
It's
doesn't feel like
awesome.
fall.
No, it's
But
summer
it is
here
fall.
today. But we're loving it because we could have snow on the ground.
Yeah, I have no problem with it still being like second summer.
No, me either. I
That's
love
totally fine.
Indian summer, I call it. Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
awesome. We are having a good streak of beautiful weather the next week and a half or so, or two.
It's very exciting. So if
Yeah.
you're in the north with us, I bet you're excited about how nice it is.
Yeah, because we had a crap streak of weather the last couple weeks previous.
Yeah.
A lot of rain and humidity and ups and downs, but
That was nice.
yeah,
It's beautiful. We like
and
weather
the
that's
colors,
not too hot,
yeah,
not too cold.
the humidity's down.
Humidity. You know, the mosquitoes are almost gone, and now we have beetles everywhere.
Yeah, now we the ladybug, not really ladybugs, but they kind of look like ladybugs.
Yeah, the fake ladybugs
Yeah,
that stink.
that stink. Yeah, yeah.
And now our weather report has concluded.
Right.
If you don't know Midwesterners, we like to talk about the weather.
Right, because that's our most excitement.
It's an important part of our
It's
lives.
something that's changing minute by minute usually. We never know what we're gonna get around here, so
It's constant. And that's why if you ever move up here, you'll understand. You'll start to get it. You're like, oh, I know why you talk about the weather all the time.
yeah,
Because it's always changing. You never know what you're going to expect. And it becomes an important part of your life.
yeah. And this time of year, we could have 4 seasons in one day.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm pretty sure it frosted this morning.
Probably.
Now it's 80 some degrees.
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
I like it.
Why
Variety is the spice of life.
Here, we don't know.
Because variety is the spice of life.
It is.
We love variety. Variety is a wonderful thing.
It's fun. We love it.
We do.
So today we're going to talk about quantum leaping into believing. Quantum leap into believing. Whatever, something like that.
Yes.
We're
leaping
gonna
into the belief part of things today.
Yeah, we're going to stay with our theme. We finished our U Squared book, but now we're going to go into an old book.
Yeah, this is one. It was funny because I brought this book today and Tracy's like, oh, I have that. And I was like, how many people have this book?
Yeah.
Do you have this book? It's called The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. And this is a book that was originally written in the 50s. And I think I have the third edition, and it was from the 80s. And this is a really interesting book. And I like the way that he writes. The way that he writes is very personable and easy to read.
Yeah.
And I like that he brings in like stories and different things to kind of bring home his points.
Yeah, it's a good one. When I first started learning about life coaching, we read that book. And so it's been quite a few years since I read it, but I'm sure it'll come back once you start. And I'll dig mine out too and start reading it again. And actually, it's funny because it was just looking at me off my shelf a few weeks ago. And I thought, gosh, I should read that book again. I haven't read it for quite a few years. And now here it is.
There's no coincidence, my friends.
I
Only
love it.
Synchronicities.
Yeah, I love life when it gives you the little breadcrumbs.
It does. It's fun.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy kind of the topic that we have today, because we've been talking about, taking a quantum leap and taking those risks and things like that. And I think one of the big pieces of allowing yourself to really begin a quantum leap is belief. Believing that you can, believing that you're worthy, believing that everything is possible for you, and knowing that everything is working out for you, and having that trust in yourself and in the universe to support you. And I think that's the biggest piece, is letting go of the fear and jumping into belief.
Definitely. Yeah. And, when you can let go of some of those fears, things just come to you without all the grind and push and shove to get it. It's pretty cool.
fascinating.
Yeah,
That's what
I
it really
love
is.
it. Yeah, yeah, it is really cool. Yeah,
And so if you've never
fun
read
stuff.
this book, I don't blame you, because it's not like it's a popular title or something that a lot of people have necessarily read, but it's a fascinating book. So again, it's The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. And he has other books. One of them is The Magic of Self-Direction as well. And so I know this was a popular book back in the day, so some of you might actually have it, but yeah, look it up. It's really interesting.
And people that study like Wallace D. Wattles, I have that book with me today, and
Napoleon Hill.
yeah, Napoleon Hill, they've probably heard of this and read it, back in the day. But these books are so prevalent and so they never get old. They never get outdated. It's such good fundamental knowledge in those books that they should be on your book list, or they should be taught in school.
Right.
But that's another story.
Right. I would love to teach a class to children about the magic of thinking big.
Right.
I mean, how fun of a class would that be for kids to explore and be creative? And learn and think big.
If they learned these things at a young age, or like Wallace D. Wattles books, his books are so awesome, and they're just little thin books, and they're packed full. Every word is gold in there. And it's a shame that our kids don't know them when they're young.
Well, you know what's wonderful is my niece.
Yeah.
Will know all of these names.
Yeah.
Awesome. By the time she's a teenager.
Yeah.
100%. So, you start where you can.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited because this
never too early.
This is one that, like you said, a lot of people that are into working with the self and coaching and things like that will know this book. But a lot of people outside of that,
but the normal person,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, the lay person that isn't necessarily somebody who was interested in like coaching others, or hasn't read a lot of like different self-help books, self-direction books, would never have heard of this author. And this is an older book, and so that's one of the reasons it's not so popular.
Yeah, and it's probably harder to find, just going into your local bookstore anymore. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't look for it.
I don't think this one is in print anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't find it in places that have it.
Right.
I bet it's on Amazon. It's probably, I don't know if I got it in the thrift store, if I got it on Amazon, or I got it from my family members. Not really sure where I got this one. However, it's been screaming at me from the bookshelf for a while. Yeah. So that's why we're using it today.
Awesome. No coincidences there.
Nope. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So you want to start reading?
Yeah, let's get started.
Read a little bit today. I'm not coughing so bad.
Tracy's feeling better. Whoop, whoop,
yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Well, I can start, and then you can fill in. Maybe drink some tea.
Yep.
All right. So if you do have the book, by some fun coinkydink, we are on page 13, and it's basically chapter 1. Believe you can succeed, and you will. I like that statement. It's a power statement, isn't it?
Yeah, really is a good one.
Success means many wonderful, positive things. Success means personal prosperity, a fine home, vacations, travel, new things, financial security, giving your children maximum advantages. Success means winning admiration, leadership, being looked up to by people in your business and social life. Success means freedom. Freedom from worries, fears, frustrations, and failure. Success means self-respect, continually finding more real happiness and satisfaction from life, being able to do more for those who depend on you. Success means winning. Success, achievement, is the goal of life. Every human being wants success. Everybody wants the best this life can deliver. Nobody enjoys crawling, living in mediocrity. No one likes feeling second class and feeling forced to go that way. Some of the most practical success-building wisdom is found in that biblical quotation stating that faith can move mountains. Believe really believe that you can move a mountain, and you can. Not many people believe that they can move mountains. So, as a result, not many people do.
Right.
On some occasion, you've probably heard someone say something like, it's nonsense to think that you can make a mountain move away just by saying, mountain, move away. It's simply impossible. People who think this way have belief confused with wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I think that is a really important point, that there's a difference between belief and wishful thinking.
Right. Yeah. And, I was listening to a gal, her name is Kathleen Cameron, and she's a really cool teacher who has studied under Bob Proctor.
Mm.
And she was talking about, we're in this place that we're in right now because you dreamt about it or you thought about it before. Whether it's good or bad, we create what our thoughts are. And it was really cool to hear her talk about it in a different way. And she tells stories about her own life, how she got to where she is now, and she's a multimillionaire. And it's really cool to know that we are creating our life as we go. It's our thoughts that make it so.
Right.
Yeah, it's if we really believe that we can have what we want and what we're dreaming of, we can.
Yeah. And there is a big difference between knowing and deciding to have something.
Yeah.
And wishing you had it.
Yeah.
One is, I've decided to have it. I have it. I know it's coming to me. That's belief.
Mm-hmm.
And that is on the prosperity. I have it already. Things are working out for me. End of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Wishing you had it is saying, I don't have it and this sucks.
Right.
And that's on the lack mentality side of it. So those are two very different things, two very different vibrations.
Absolutely.
And I like how they put that those two things are completely different things.
Yeah.
It's true.
So if you're just wishing for something, you're in that lack mentality, you're feeling the lack of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are wanting it, manifesting it, you can have it, you believe that it's coming to you, the universe has to provide it.
Law of attraction, right?
Yeah.
We may have talked about that a few times in our 116 podcasts.
Right. Yeah.
And true enough, you can't wish away a mountain. You can't wish yourself into an executive suite, nor can you wish yourself into a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house or a high income bracket. You can't wish yourself into a position of leadership. But you can move a mountain with belief. You can win success by believing you can succeed. There's nothing magical nor mystical about the power of belief. Belief works this way. Belief, the I'm positive I can attitude, generates the power, skill, and energy needed to do. When you believe I can do it, the how to do it develops.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that sentence. That, when you are in that belief that you can have what you want, the crumbs come, and you follow those crumbs and you're gonna get it. You're gonna meet people, you're gonna find things, you're gonna get a call that somebody needs some work done that you can do, and it just goes on and on and on. And before you know it, you have it.
You have that snowball effect.
Yeah.
Especially when you follow, like you said, follow the breadcrumbs.
Right. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Every day, all over the nation, young people start working in new jobs. Each of them wishes that someday he could enjoy the success that goes with reaching the top. But the majority of these young people simply don't have the belief that it takes to reach the top rungs. I like that he says they don't have the belief that it takes to reach the top rungs. Not that they don't have the talent, not that they don't have the wish for it, not that they don't have the drive, not that they don't have the work ethic.
Yeah.
But they don't have the belief
it
takes to reach the top.
Yeah.
I think that that's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't reach the top. Believing it's impossible to climb high, they do not discover the steps that lead to great heights. Their behavior remains that of the average person. They don't believe they can, so they can't.
Mm-hmm.
You believe you can, you can. You believe
Right.
you can't, you also can't.
Yeah.
What you believe becomes your truth.
Yeah.
What you believe becomes your life. What you decide to have and what you believe you can have become your life.
Yeah.
The great thing about that is the thought you think, and the thoughts you think can be changed.
Right. And, reading books like this, watching videos about wealth building or whatever you're after, whatever you want, about positive thinking and finding joy and finding happiness, all that kind of stuff is what gets you there. If you're soaking up all the news and all the terrible things that are going on in the world, that's where your mindset is. So it's up to us ourselves to change that if we're in that situation or in that rut. And the only way out is to change your thoughts, change what you listen to, change what you read. You're in charge of that.
Change your subconscious with the freedom release method.
Right. Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of
Use all the tools.
I agree 100%. But a small number of these young people really believe that they will succeed. They approach their work with the I'm going to the top attitude, and with substantial belief, they reach the top. Believing they will succeed and that it's not impossible, these folks study and observe the behavior of senior executives. They learn how successful people approach problems and make decisions. They observe the attitudes of successful people. The how to do it always comes to the person who believes he can do it. A young woman I'm acquainted with decided 2 years ago that she was going to establish a sales agency to sell mobile homes. She was advised by many that she shouldn't and couldn't do it. She had less than $3,000 in savings and was advised the minimum capital investment required was many times that. Look how competitive it is, she was advised. And besides, what practical experience have you had in selling mobile homes, let alone managing a business? Her advisors asked. But this young lady had belief in herself and her ability to succeed. She quickly admitted she lacked capital, but that she lacked capital, that the business was very competitive, and that she lacked experience. But, she said, all the evidence I can gather shows that the mobile home industry is going to expand. On top of that, I've studied my competition. I know I can do a better job of merchandising trailers than anybody else in town. I expect to make mistakes, but I'm going to be on top in a hurry. And she was. She had little trouble getting capital. Her absolutely unquestioned belief that she could succeed with this business won her the confidence of 2 investors. And armed with complete belief she did the impossible, quote unquote, she got a trailer manufacturer to advance her a limited inventory with no money down. Last year, she sold over $1 million worth of trailers. Next year, she says, I expect to gross over $2 million. Belief, strong belief, triggers the mind to figuring ways and means and how to. And believing you can succeed makes others place confidence in you. Most people do not put much stock in belief, but some, the residents of Successful USA, do. Just a few weeks ago, a friend who was an official with a state highway department in a Midwestern state related a moving mountain experience to me. Do you want to read the story?
Sure.
I'll get some more.
Last month, my friend began, our department sent notices to a number of engineering companies that we were authorized to retain some firm to design 8 bridges as part of our highway building program. The bridges were to be built at a cost of $5 million. The engineering firm selected would get a 4% commission, or $200,000. for its design work. I talked with 21 engineering firms about this. The 4 largest decided right away to submit proposals. The other 17 companies were small, having only 3 to 7 engineers each. The size of the project scared off 16 of the 17. They went over the project, shook their heads, and said in effect, "It's too big for us. I wish I thought I could handle it, but it's no use even trying." But one of these small firms, a company with only 3 engineers, studied the plans and said, we can do it. We'll submit a proposal." They did, and they got the job. Those who believe they can move mountains do. Those who believe they can't, cannot. Belief triggers the power to do. I have a kind of a cool story, kind of like that. When I think it was it during COVID? Anyway, whenever it was, it seems like it was during COVID. My husband, who does floor covering installation, was asked to do this big job, man camp out in the oil patch. And they needed to do these floors through the whole building, like a lot. It was a big place, and it was all, they had to do it in sections, and during their lunchroom, where they have people coming in and out all the time for meals, because they all work different shifts, and it was a huge job. There's only 2 of them. My husband and my son work together, and they didn't really, the people, when they showed up to do the job, because they had gotten the bid and work for this store that had them do the work, and the 2 of them got there and they said, "Is that all you're bringing? Only 2 of you? And you're going to get this job done?" And they're like, "Yeah, they do it all the time. They do quite a few big jobs, and they finish them." And so, and they have the attitude, and they know they've been working together for years, so they know what they can do and what they're capable of. And they did the job within, just a couple weeks, and had it done. And they got a lot of compliments from the people that worked in this building, and they were accommodating, they worked around the schedules, and they just were able to get it done, and it was really cool. And they do stuff like that all the time. They take on a big project, and they know they can handle it. And if you have that attitude, and you're capable of the work, if you're not capable of it, then it's not going to work. But if you know you can do it, and you have the tools and the knowledge to do it, you can get it done, and it's all up to you.
Right. And that's the thing, is like, they walked in and they were like, "There's only 2 of you?"
Yeah.
And they could have at that moment said to your husband, say, well, we're going to go with another contractor. But they didn't.
No.
Your husband and your son, you had such confidence in themselves.
Yeah.
And said, "Oh no, absolutely, we've got this." And the company was like, "All right."
Yeah.
And they did.
Right.
And now they saw, wow. And that, I'm sure, got them job after job.
Oh yeah, they have had many big jobs during that time where they could do it. Yeah, it's really cool and it says something for a smaller company or a smaller contractor, like here, in building the bridge. It doesn't matter how big the company is, if they know what they're doing and they can do the work and they're confident in that, there should be no problem.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that story.
That's a good story.
Yeah. So those who believe they can move mountains do. Those who believe they can't, cannot. Belief triggers the power to do. Actually, in these modern times, belief is doing much bigger things than moving mountains. The most essential element, in fact, the essential element in our space explorations today is belief that space can be mastered. Without firm, unwavering belief that man can travel in space, our scientists would not have the courage, interest, and enthusiasm to proceed. Belief that cancer can be cured will ultimately produce cures for cancer. Currently, there is some talk of building a tunnel under the English Channel to connect England and the continent with the continent. Whether this tunnel is ever built depends on whether responsible people believe it can be built.
And guess what happened? They built
Yeah.
built the channel.
Yeah. Old book, but
it is an old book.
And when they're talking about space, I just saw something on TV, I think just a blurb, I didn't pay close attention, so could be wrong, but it was talking about they've picked the team that is going to go to Mars, and they're ready to start preparing for that. So yeah,
that's a big leap, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It takes a lot of belief to say, yep, I'm going to Mars.
Right. Yeah. More power to him.
Right. And I mean, so it's interesting that he brings up the tunnel under the English Channel, because they built that after he wrote this book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Isn't
it's
that cool?
in use every single day.
Right. Yeah. Very cool.
So I mean, that's a pretty poignant example.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna build this tunnel underneath the English Channel. Yeah. People are like, no, that's impossible. They're like, no, we're gonna do it.
Right.
And they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
The power of belief is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Belief in great results is the driving force. The power behind all great books, plays, scientific discoveries. Belief in success is behind every successful business, church, and political organization. Belief in success is the one basic, absolutely essential ingredient to successful people. Believe, really believe you can succeed, and you will. I think that's a powerful statement.
It is.
Because there's people that wish they could believe, and there's people that know.
Yeah.
There's people that wish that they could succeed, and there's people that know they will succeed.
Right.
And which one is going to keep trying until they do?
Yeah. The one that believes.
And the one that believes will get there much faster than the person that says that they think that they can.
Right.
There's a big difference in that thought process too.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you are scared to do it, but you really do have that belief that you can do it anyway. Just do it because you can. You
start.
Yeah.
Start.
Yeah. If you start, that's telling the universe, okay, she's serious or he's serious about it. Let's go.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So cool.
So I'm just going to read that one more time in case you missed it. Believe, really believe you can succeed, and you will. Over the years, I've talked with many people who have failed in business ventures and in various careers. I've heard a lot of reasons and excuses for failure. Something especially significant unfolds as conversations with failures develop. In a casual sort of way, the failure drops to a remark like, to tell the truth, I didn't think it would work. Or, I had my misgivings before I even started out. Or, actually, I wasn't too surprised that it didn't work out. The, okay, I'll give it a try, but I don't think it will work attitude produces failure. Huh. Imagine I thought it was going to fail and it failed.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. But think about that. How common of a mentality that actually is. Or people like, well, I'm not really sure if this is going to work out, but I'll give it a try. Right. They didn't say, I believe that this is going to work, and I've decided it's going to work, and I'm going to do what it takes. Completely different attitudes. Right. Or like, I know this is going to work. I don't know how, but I'm going to watch it unfold before me. That would be another way to put it. Yeah. Rather than, okay, I'll give it a try, but I don't think it'll work. Right. Of course that produces failure, because you're focusing on failure before you even start. Yeah, you're starting out in failure mode, knowing that you're not going to achieve it. Right. And I can relate to that. Right. Yeah. I completely understand. When you have hindsight, it's 2020, right? And you can see what attitude, like what thought process was I having? Was I in fear or was I in excitement?
Yeah.
Had I decided I was going to succeed or was I hoping I was going to succeed?
Right. Yeah.
And what the difference in those vibrations really are.
Yeah.
Disbelief is negative power. When the mind disbelieves or doubts, the mind attracts reasons to support this disbelief. Doubt, disbelief, the subconscious will to fail, the not really wanting to succeed, is responsible for most failures. And people go, why would I not want to succeed? Yeah. A lot of people are afraid of success.
That's one of the biggest things that you find with clients when you do coaching, is the fear of success. Sometimes, none of your family has done any of the things that you are trying to do, or, you have nothing to go on in your life experience for what you want. So you do fear that success. You don't know what it's like to have that. So it's a little scary to try to go there.
It's stepping out of your comfort zone, like we talked about last week, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah.
It's a big step out of your comfort zone to succeed at something because you've never done it before.
Yeah.
It's something new. But how exciting is that also?
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why we let go of the fear of success.
And do it anyway.
We're going to do it anyway. And we do the free release method to let go of those silly subconscious things that are kind of mulling that around in our brains.
Yeah.
Think doubt and fail. Think victory and succeed. A young fiction writer talked with me recently about her writing ambitions. The name of one of the top writers in her field came up. Oh, she said, Mr. X is a wonderful writer, but of course, I can't be nearly as successful as he is. Her attitude disappointed me very much because I know the writer mentioned. He's not super intelligent, nor super perceptive, nor super anything else except super confident. He believes he is among the best, and so he acts and performs the best. It is well to respect the leader, learn from him, observe him, study him, but don't worship him. Believe you can surpass. Believe you can go beyond. Those who harbor the second best attitude are invariably second best doers. It's really funny how he says it, because what you think you can achieve, you can.
Yeah.
It just hits it home, doesn't it? Look at it this way. Belief is the thermostat that regulates what we accomplish in life. Study the fellow who is shuffling down there in mediocrity. He believes he is worth little, so he receives little. He believes he can't do big things, and he doesn't. He believes he is unimportant, so everything he does has an unimportant mark. As time goes by, lack of belief in himself shows through in the way the fellow talks, walks, acts. Unless he adjusts his thermostat forward, he shrinks, grows smaller and smaller in his own estimation. And since others see in us what we see in ourselves, he grows smaller in the estimation of the people around him. Now look across the way at the person who is advancing forward. He believes he is worth much, and he receives much. He believes he can handle big, difficult assignments, and he does. Everything he does, the way he handles himself with people, his character, his thoughts, his viewpoints, I'll say, here is a professional. He is an important person. A person is a product of his own thoughts. Believe big. Adjust your thermostat forward. Launch your success offensive with honest, sincere belief that you can succeed. Believe big and grow big. Several years after addressing a group of businessmen in Detroit, I talked with one of the gentlemen who approached me, introduced myself, and said, I really enjoyed your talk. Can you spare a few minutes? I'd like to very much discuss a personal experience with you. In a few minutes, we were comfortably seated in a coffee shop, waiting for some refreshments. I have a personal experience, he began, that ties in perfectly with what you said this evening about making your mind work for you instead of letting it work against you. I've never explained to anyone how I lifted myself out of the world of mediocrity, but I'd like to tell you about it. And I'd like to hear it, I said. Well, just 5 years ago, I was plodding along, just another guy working in the tool and die trade. I made a decent living by average standards, but it was far from ideal. Our home was much too small, and there was no money for those many things we wanted. My wife, bless her, didn't complain much, but it was written all over her that she was more resigned to her fate than she was happy. Inside, I grew more and more dissatisfied. When I let myself see how I was failing my good wife and 2 children, I really hurt inside. But today things are really different, my friend continued. Today we have a beautiful new home on a 2-acre lot and a year-round cabin a couple 100 miles north of here. There's no more worry about whether we can send the kids to a good college, and my wife no longer has to feel guilty every time she spends money for some new clothes. Next summer, the whole family is flying to Europe to spend a month's holiday. We're really living. How did all this happen? I asked. It all happened, he continued, when, to use the phrase you used tonight, I harnessed the power of belief. 5 years ago, I learned about a job with a tool and die company here in Detroit. We were living in Cleveland at the time. I decided to look into it, hoping I could make a little more money. I got here early on Sunday evening, but the interview was not until Monday. After dinner, I sat down in my hotel room, and for some reason, I got really disgusted with myself. Why, I asked myself, am I just a middle-class failure? Why am I trying to get a job that represents such a small step forward? I don't know to this day what prompted me to do it, but I took a sheet of hotel stationery and wrote down the names of 5 people I'd known well for several years who had far surpassed me in earning power and job responsibility. 2 were former neighbors who had moved away to find subdivisions. 2 others were fellows I had worked for, and the third was a brother-in-law. Next, again, I don't know what made me do this. I asked myself, what do my 5 friends have that I don't have besides better jobs? I compared myself with them on intelligence. I honestly couldn't see that they excelled in the brains department, nor could I truthfully say that they had beat me on education, integrity, or personal habits. Finally, I got down to another success quality one hears a lot about: initiative. Here, I hated to admit it, but I had to. On this point, my record showed I was far below that of my successful friends. To me, it sounds like he was following his guidance and it just took him to a place he didn't expect.
Right. Yep. Follow the breadcrumbs.
He did follow the breadcrumbs, didn't he? It was now about 3 a.m., but my mind was astonishingly clear. I was seeing my weak point for the first time. I discovered that I had held back. I had always carried a little stick. I dug into myself deeper and deeper and found the reason I lacked initiative was because I didn't believe inside that I was worth very much. I sat there the rest of the night just reviewing how lack of faith in myself had dominated me ever since I could remember, how I had used my mind to work against itself. I found I had been preaching to myself why I couldn't get ahead instead of why I could. I had been selling myself short. I found this streak of self-depreciation showed through in everything I did. Then it dawned on me that no one else was going to believe in me until I believed in myself.
Wow.
Right then I decided, I'm through feeling second class. From here on in, I'm not going to sell myself short. That for me, that I decided, he made a decision, is always for me a huge key. I love that. He says that.
Yeah.
I decided, he says. Next morning, I still had that confidence. During the job interview, I gave my newfound confidence its first test. Before coming for the interview, I'd hoped I'd have the courage to ask for $750 or maybe even $1,000 more than my present job was paying. But now, after realizing I was a valuable man, I upped it to $3,500. And I got it.
Awesome.
I sold myself because after that one long night of self-analysis, I found things in myself that made me look a little more saleable. Within 2 years after I took that job, I had established a reputation as the fellow who could get business. Then we went into a recession. This made me still more valuable because I was one of the best business getters in the industry.
Mhm.
The company was reorganized and I was given a substantial amount of stock, plus a lot more pay. Believe in yourself and good things do start happening.
Yeah, they really do.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a great story.
I love it. And nothing changed for him
No,
except
his mind.
he decided he was worthy. He
Mhm.
decided he was worth it. He decided there's no difference between me and these other people that are successful.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing we need to remember. People that you see that are doing great things or what you think is successful, they're no different than you. They just wanted it.
They decided to have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They said, oh, I can do that.
Mhm.
I'm worthy of that.
Yeah.
I'm a wonderful person who deserves the things that I want in life.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He realized initiative and believing in himself were the two things that were missing. And overnight he fixed it. And everything
Isn't
changed.
that cool?
Everything shifted. He decided.
Yeah.
I thought that's such a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Your mind is a thought factory. It's a busy factory, producing countless thoughts in one day. Production in your thought factory is under the charge of two foremen, one of whom we will call Mr. Triumph and the other Mr. Defeat. Mr. Triumph is in charge of manufacturing positive thoughts. He specializes in producing reasons why you can, why you're qualified, why you will. The other foreman, Mr. Defeat, produces negative, depreciating thoughts. He is your expert in developing reasons why you can't, why you're weak, why you're inadequate. His specialty is the why you will fail chain of thoughts. Both the words. Words.
I wish I could read more.
No, you're coughing. I like to read. Both Mr. Triumph and Mr. Defeat are intensely obedient. They snap to attention immediately. All you need do to signal either foreman is to give the slightest mental beck and call. If the signal is positive, Mr. Triumph will step forward and go to work.
Mhm.
Likewise, a negative signal brings Mr. Defeat forward. It's like when we talk about law of attraction, how one thought meets another like it, meets another like it, meets another like it.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about.
Right.
To see how these two foremen work for you, try this example. Tell yourself, today is a lousy day. This signals Mr. Defeat into action and he manufactures some facts to prove you are right. He suggests to you that it's too hot or it's too cold. Business will be bad today. Sales will drop. Other people will be on edge. You may get sick. Your wife will be in a fussy mood. Mr. Defeat is tremendously efficient. In just a few moments, he's got you sold. It is a bad day. Before you know it, it is a heck of a bad day. The snowball effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
But tell yourself, today is a fine day. And Mr. Triumph is signaled forward to act. He tells you, this is a wonderful day. The weather is refreshing. It's good to be alive. Today you can catch up on some of your work. And then it is a good day. In like fashion, Mr. Defeat can show you why you can't sell Mr. Smith. Mr. Triumph will show you that you can. Mr. Defeat will convince you that you will fail, while Mr. Triumph will demonstrate why you will succeed. Mr. Defeat will prepare a brilliant case against Tom, while Mr. Triumph will show you more reasons why you like Tom. Now, the more work you give either of these two foremen, the stronger he becomes. If Mr. Defeat is given more work to do, he adds personnel and takes up more space in your mind. Eventually, he will take over the entire thought manufacturing division, and virtually all thought will be of a negative nature. The only wise thing to do is fire Mr. Defeat. You don't need him. You don't want him around telling you that you can't, you're not up to it, you'll fail, and so on. Mr. Defeat won't help you get where you want to go. So boot him out.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Mr. Triumph, 100% of the time. Use Mr. Triumph 100% of the time. When any thought enters your mind, ask Mr. Triumph to go for work for you. He'll show you how you can succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Between now and tomorrow at this time, another 11,500 new consumers will have made their grand entry into the USA. Population is growing at a record rate. In the next 10 years, the increase is conservatively estimated at 35 million. That's equal to the present combined metropolitan population of our 5 biggest cities: New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Detroit, and Philadelphia. Imagine. New industries, new scientific breakthroughs, expanding markets, all spell opportunity. This is good news. This is the most wonderful time to be alive.
Mm-hmm. And think of that now, we're kind of going through that again.
Mm-hmm.
We're innovating and we're thinking of new businesses and new industries are coming. And it's just like, you're scared to move forward, but you got to go.
We're expanding exponentially.
Right.
All the time.
Yeah. Quantum leaping.
Quantum leaping.
Or U squared, where industry today is really, really leaping ahead. There's so many new things that we never could have dreamt of back when this book was written.
100%.
That are around now.
Right. This book was written before we went to the moon.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And look at us now.
Yeah. And he could see that all of this was possible.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing that is impossible.
Yeah. The word itself says, I'm possible. All signs point to a record demand for top-level people in every field. People who have superior ability to influence others, to direct their work, to serve them in a leadership capacity. And the people who will fill these leadership positions are all adults or near adults right now. One of them is you. The guarantee of a boom is not, of course, a guarantee of personal success. Over the long pull, the US has always been booming. But just a fast glance shows that millions and millions of people, in fact, a majority of them, struggle, but don't really succeed. The majority of folks still plug along in mediocrity despite the record opportunity of the last 2 decades. And in the boom period ahead, most people will continue to worry, to be afraid, to crawl through life feeling unimportant, unappreciated, not able to do what they want to do. As a result, their performance will earn them petty reward, petty happiness. Those who convert opportunity into reward. And let me say, I sincerely believe you are one of these, else you rely on luck and not bother with this book, will be those wise people who learn how to think themselves into success. Walk in. The door to success is open wider than ever before. Put yourself on record now that you're going to join that select group that is getting what it wants from life. Here's a second step toward success. It's a basic step. It can't be avoided. Step 1, believe in yourself. Believe you can succeed.
Yeah, I love that. That's so good. And when things aren't going great, if you can think of and find solutions for the problems that are going on, that's when you really can exponentially move forward. And, if you can solve those problems and create businesses around that, you have it made.
Right. That's, you can succeed there.
Be in the solution mode instead of the problem mode.
Right. And one of the things that Abraham says is that problems and solutions occur simultaneously.
Yeah.
The problem and solution are there at the same time. What vibration are you in?
Yeah, definitely.
Determines where you are and where you get to from there, right?
Yeah.
And so the power of belief says everything is working out for me. And I know that it is. And I can have what I want. And I believe in myself. And I believe in the support of everything around me, and it's all going to work out the way that it needs to.
Yeah.
And that's the power of belief, is you're on that vibration of I have it already. And so there's nothing but for it to come to you.
Yeah.
And that's why the power of belief is so powerful, because by law of attraction,
yeah,
what you're putting out is what you get back, right? If you believe that it's happening, then it is happening.
Yep, definitely.
It's the observer effect.
Right.
I already know. I've already seen it. I already know what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that changes the effect.
Yeah. And that's what, when I was talking about Kathleen Cameron earlier, that's what she talked about, was the observer effect. See yourself in that thing that you want, or in that place, in that job, whatever it is. See yourself there, and you'll be there.
And a lot of people say, live as if, act as if.
Yeah.
You have it. Act as if you already are.
Right.
And the acting as if puts yourself in the vibration of being in that space. And so you already are. You already are it. You already are in that space.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time as it comes to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So good.
Beautiful. And this book is really amazing. There is this last piece, but I don't know how long we've been talking already.
Yeah. We might wanna.
Because it talks about how to develop the power of belief. So I'll just say the three things that it says.
Okay.
How to develop the power of belief, because that's what we've already talked about. Here are 3 guides to acquire and strengthen the power of belief. Think success. Don't think failure, right? Point 1. Point 2. Remind yourself regularly that you are better than you think you are. Number 3. Believe big.
Yeah. So good. Believing that you're better than you think you are. I like that one. Sorry. We can amaze ourselves at what we can really do when we're getting down on yourself, or whatever. You can always do a lot more than you think you can do, no matter what.
Right. And if you forget that, go back a couple episodes ago and do the exercise.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do the Tony Robbins exercise that I do with you guys.
Yeah.
And it will show you that more is possible.
You can do more. Yeah.
Than you think that you can at first.
Yeah.
Definitely. More is possible for you.
Yeah.
And you are more important, more worthy, more successful, more amazing, more intelligent than you even know about yourself yet, even if you think that you're all those things. Yeah. And so knowing that you can always give more, there's always more, there's more within yourself than you're even aware of. I mean, how amazing is that? How much is there to discover within myself?
Yeah.
How beautiful is that?
Yeah. So it's okay to push yourself beyond what you think your limits are, because you'll find out in a hurry that there's way more out there.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And isn't that a fun realization?
Yeah. Yeah. And athletes do it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
People that aren't used to competing or doing athletic things, we maybe don't think of it, but you can always push yourself a little further than that comfort zone. Don't close that door.
Right. I mean, thinking about it, so I was a competitive swimmer for many, many, many years. That was my life. I swam every day for 2-3 hours every day. And every time you go to compete, you had in your mind what you wanted. Right? So you had a time. So like, let's say you had a 30-second 50 freestyle, right? But you wanted that 29, that 1 second, shaving that 1 second off was in everyone's mind very difficult, but you knew you could do it. Yeah. And pretty soon you had a 29, and then you had a 28.8, and then you had a 28.5, right? And so you can always go further than you think that is possible for yourself, but you have to believe that you can do it first. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Awesome. So believe big. Believe big. Think big. Believe big. Know that you are worthy of success. Yeah. Yeah. Huge things. Yeah. Everything is possible for you. It really is. More than you can ever imagine. Yeah. Well, Tracy, this has been a wonderful session.
Yeah.
If people want to dig into some of the stuff that you're doing these days, where could they look for you on the internet?
I am at inspiredsignals.com, Inspired Signals on Instagram and Facebook, and also Inspired Signals Studio on both Instagram. Sorry, I have cold brain. On Instagram and Facebook. And I will be at Junkin Market Days in West Fargo this weekend with my creative items and doing a workshop creating a Snoopy Halloween sign.
Oh, that's gonna be so cute.
Yeah.
When does that start?
Friday at 4:00, 4 to 7.
Okay. So September 26th.
26th and Saturday the 27th. Not sure the times for that one. So
Well, we can look up
something
the
like
market.
4 to 3. It's on Facebook. There's an event.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to find if you look it up in West Fargo.
Yep. And I'll share it on my page again.
Perfect.
Yeah. How about Carissa? How are you?
Well,
Where are you?
If you feel like finding me, it's kind of easy. I'm on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have Facebook, you can still look up open pages like that on Facebook.
Yeah.
So go to facebook.com/Light of Hope Healing, and that's how you can find me. And then we have a collective Facebook at Our SoulSpace. You can find me on Square at light-of-hope-healing .square.site, Light of Hope Healing with a bunch of dashes in between .square.site. And then also you can find us on YouTube, which is where we're going to post this video today.
Yeah.
At SoulSpace Podcast. Nothing before, nothing after, and you'll see our beautiful faces.
Yay.
When you look that up. So please feel free to subscribe so that you can get our videos every week, because we do them every week. And we just love sharing all this information from you. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you want to know about. We want to know your questions.
Yeah.
And we love to have some conversations with you guys. So feel free to message us as well. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. All right. We will see you next week.
Yes.
With
For another
fun.
amazing episode.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.